What's up, guys and girls, this is Tim here, welcome back to Prison Architect. So if you watched the last episode, you have a far better idea of where I left off than I have, because it's been a freaking dog's age since I recorded on this. I kind of got a little bit carried away when I started recording this, and I ended up with like 9 episodes recorded pretty much back to back. So I stopped recording then, and then decided I would wait until I caught up a little bit. Let's probably pause it because there are reasons why it shouldn't be running when I'm not paying attention, which I'll get to in a minute. Yeah, I got a little bit ahead, so I stopped and I decided I'd release the videos and let it get out before or let the stuff on YouTube catch up to where I am. Now, unfortunately, what that has meant is I recorded all those episodes, put it out, and it's not particularly popular on the channel list, to be fair. There are literally like 1 or 2 views on most of the videos, and I'm not aware whether that's somebody who's actually watching or just somebody who's clicking onto it by mistake. But if you are somebody that's actually watching, then congratulations, this series is being made specifically for you. So if you have been watching all of it, then leave a comment, and maybe I'll name the series after you or something. But I am going to carry on with it because I am enjoying making this series. I'm enjoying playing this game, and this is the series for me. So if no one wants to watch it, then I'll just make it for me. So there we go. So since the last episode, I have played a little bit, between the recording sessions, and I can't exactly remember where I left off, but I have done a few things which I think I didn't do in the last one. These are new. I kind of built these, and for reasons I'll go into in a minute, I haven't turned these into cell blocks yet. I built this common room here, which has actually got some arcade cabinets in there. I think that was new. There's nothing in there. I think I had all these laundries, all this stuff I think I did in the last episode. I extended visitation. Again, not sure if I did that in the last series. And I split the paroles up because having 2 in one room doesn't work. You have to have separate room for parole hearings. And then I had a bit of a play around putting some more stuff in. I stuck a toilet block here, just because I was a bit worried that we're only having toilets in their cells. They were all getting a bit annoyed. They're kind of a bit cozy toilets. They get to sort of stare at each other across the aisle, shall we say, but they're prisoners, so I'm sure they'll get over that. So yeah, so basically though, the reason I didn't fill in these and put cell blocks in is because things have been a little bit crazy since the last episode. You'll see right now I'm actually very low danger. I spent probably about 7 to 10 game days where that was maxed out continuously, and we were having riots daily. Pretty much every time they got up in the morning and all came out, they would all start rioting. So always over here as well. I think this is where the gang hangs out. Yeah, and I was able to sort of get them under control pretty quickly. I've got lots of guards now. I've got 71 guards, 1 for every 2 prisoners practically. But it was just everything was just out of control. But I kind of managed to tweak around, deal with some of the needs issues, by putting in things like new phones and common room, and just generally just letting things run a bit and calm down. That's why I didn't want to build these 2 cell blocks and increase the numbers massively. And it has worked. It will spike again as people wake up. The danger is not fully past, but we are closer, shall we say. We have a big problem at the moment with people escaping constantly. They're building tunnels out of these things all the freaking time. I've set up dog patrols that run around the edges, but they don't seem to be catching everyone. So I really am going to have to expand at some point and put walls around it. So, but one of the main reasons that things were so scary and dangerous is that people were genuinely scared. There's actually if I go into the needs, there is safety. See, everyone's pretty happy right now, but I was a bit struggling to figure out exactly why people get so sort of what affects safety and how I could make things better. And then I realized or looked up, and it basically said that when you have violent prisoners, then other prisoners around those violent prisoners don't feel safe, and that basically means that they will feel scared, and then their needs go down and they get stressed, and it's sort of a cycle that kind of never ends. And I had for a while, I had about 80 people, 80 that is, waiting for solitary. So I had to just let things settle down and get everyone through. I've now currently only got the people in here that need solitary. Is Levine in here? My nemesis. I'm not sure where he is. He's still around somewhere. I don't think he's died. But yeah, that was one of the issues, was just sort of generally getting everyone through through solitary and getting sorted. But the bigger issue is, let me have a look at my actual prisoners. So you'll see I currently have 97 normal risk prisoners and 50 max security or high risk. Speaking of which, he should be here somewhere, Levine. Levesky even, not Levine. Where is he? This is his cell here. He is constantly in trouble. He's always in solitary, but he's not. I thought he might be a gang leader or something, but he's not apparently. Now this is kind of interesting because I say no one's watched it, so you probably haven't seen it. But on about day 1 or 2, I actually have 3 low risk prisoners. I'd hate to be one of them. I set it so that I would not, if I go to my intake, get any max security prisoners. Oh, I don't. That's why I'm going to MinSec, because it's closed to MinSec, and I would just take medium security. So, despite the fact that I haven't received any maximum security prisoners, I currently have a third of my prison is max security, and the reason for that is when they get here we go. Yeah, if they murder someone, they get upgraded to maximum. If they commit or produce or do a serious injury to someone, then they get upped. So if they start off at minimum, they'll go to medium, and so on and so forth. Ooh, there's a picture. Is that a Game Boy? What the hell is what? That is a scary looking game what they're playing. Yeah, so they have all just been upgraded by murdering people and seriously injuring people. Gives you an idea of how scary and dangerous this prison is. There's a rogue toilet there. Let's dismantle that one here. So I feel like I need to deal with that, and in order to deal with that, I have bought this extra piece of land over the other side of the road, as I said I would do a while ago, and I have designed this. This is the start of our maximum security prison. So this is going to be medium security, and this is going to be maximum security, and this is going to be completely self-contained. It's got a separate wall around it to try and keep them from tunneling out quite as easily. It's going to link up to here and have gates and things like that. So this is what we're going to make a start on today. I currently have £50,000. That is not going to be... okay, let's do a repair thing. That is not going to be enough. And also, I either didn't save it or I've just forgotten about what I was actually going to do with all these buildings. This is going to be... I know this is the entrance here. This is visitation. This is going to be the reception area. This is the only way in and out of the prison. This is canteen, I think. This is kitchen, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cell blocks, which will take 10 each as well. I think I kind of messed around with these for a bit, but I think I ended up with 20 per block. So in theory, I've got a space for 160 in here, which is quite a lot, but I kind of feel like I'm going to need it. And then out here, we've got room for common rooms and things like that. I may end up using one of these for a workshop or something. I don't know. Oh, and then this is the power room over here. So I think without further ado, let's whack down some foundations, and then should we make this out of brick? Could be different, I guess. No, let's stick with the consistent concrete, shall we? Right, so I think let's just do one big foundation there. Oh, this is the yard in the middle. I'm going to probably put a building in the middle of here with some other bits and bobs in. If I can fit the workshop in here, I'd like to have a workshop as well, just to keep them working. How much is this? 17. I can build that, but it won't let me. It doesn't like the fact that that's there. Can I just do one? Nope. I'll have to figure that out. Let's let them get working on it anyway. I need to get all this built. I have the ability to get loans now, which I haven't up to now. Oh, I have got a bit of. I've got 52,000 bank loan. We have a little bit of cash flow we can spend. Get a little bit more money. What's that costing us? Ooh, we're just in the just in the black there. Let's build this and this. I'd like to get everyone, get this all enclosed. I don't necessarily have to build all the cells straight away. You know, if I can build a couple of cell blocks, I can move over most of the people. And then, it really doesn't like the fact there's already a thing there, does it? Put a wall there. And then do that. And that should do it. Okay, they're going to take a while to do that. to stick a door in so that when it is built it'll be done. And the good thing about this is we can get it all built before we let anyone into it. We may have to get some more prisoners in before we build the, let's do 1,000. I can afford to build 2 of these. Yeah, get some more prisoners in before we'll be able to continue expanding too much. But once I get a couple of these cell blocks working, if I just build those walls, and then that'll save us a little bit of money. Concrete wall. 11,000, that's not going to be quite enough. I've kind of used up all the grants that I can get easily now. I could take out some of these. Let's see, programs. I have a lot happening, a lot of programs going on at the moment. Still only got 1 past the foundation and no one past the general. Or no one even close to being ready. I think the one person who did pass that has already been released. Behavioural therapy. Lots of people waiting for that, but no one's doing it. Lots of people going through the drug treatment, that's good. Alcoholics group therapy. Not much. Parole hearing. We got some people through the parole system. Yeah, it's built to grant. So we can't do, I don't want to, I suppose I could take that grant now. What do I get as an advance? 15,000. It's nice. 10. I'm a little way off making the superior beds, I think. I haven't seen them doing that yet. Let's get that, because as soon as we get this open we should get the rest of that in pretty easy. Short-term investment. Oh, I took it. Shit. So yeah, how long does that take to unlock? Does it say 71 hours, 3 days? That's fine. I can live with that. Right, guys. Construct for all your worth. Putting in the infrastructure is going to be expensive, unfortunately, for this, but needs must and all. It's going to have to just be what it'll be. Build that. So the aim for this prison, as I say, as max security, is to try and, as far as possible, stop people from escaping. And that's a fairly logical thing for a prison, and most prisons should probably be built with that mentality, but as we have seen recently, this prison has not done well with that philosophy. And a lot of escapes. A hell of a lot of escapes. At the middle, why does this one look bigger? Am I just imagining it? I don't know, we might have to move those at some point. Okay, we still have 11,000. We could just allow in like another 50 people, and it would probably make things pretty dangerous, but it would get things going, I guess. Ooh. Our first one is built. Large jail door. There, jail door. I think actually I'm going to put the door for this one here, and then the visitors can come in at the top and the prisoners come in the bottom. Yeah, that would work quite nicely. Large jail door. Okay. And I think I'm going to use the same cell layout. I'm not going to give them like super tight cells in this one, which is that might be sensible to punish them even more. But yeah, I feel like I'm going to be better off if I don't do that. Just stick one of them in there so that it can actually finish it off. And then utilities. Oh, I need to put the utility room in first. Otherwise, I was just thinking, oh, I'll just connect it up to the other power grid. And I'm like, nope, that is a terrible idea because my other power grid is barely keeping this prison going. Ooh, there goes that one. Yeah, there goes the kitchen. And the random room, which is, for some reason, they've built the wall around the door. I think it's, I can't remember, I think it's like 500 a cell to build them, so I'm not going to be able to build many cells at this rate. And I'm kind of catch-22 right now. I need to build cells so I can let more people in and get more money, but I have no money to build cells, so And I'm only making 300 a day right now. So I still don't... Well, I may eventually, but... Oh, shit. What's happening? Things are kicking off. Most of my guards seem to have tasers now, which was very expensive, but it does help to keep things under control. Although it annoys people, it does mean that the guards can very quickly suppress any badness, shall we say. Right, let's just try and get... Right, are we enclosed now? We need to enclose this bit, but we are close to being enclosed, so let's do that. Do I have space, headroom for another loan? 5,000 right now. Ooh, we have space for another loan. That is what we need. Just. We are going to need a load more guards, but hopefully we'll just assign a couple of our one rare spare card. We are going to say I'm going to build a perimeter fence, but obviously I've got nowhere near the money to do that right now. Shit, we need power and water. Utilities. Power station and pumping station. Do this and we... Actually, no. Put it there. And then... I mean, this power station is literally probably only going to be able to do the kitchen and... Yeah, it might do these cell blocks. Can do this cell blocks, do you think? And we'll have toilets in there. We're going to need water going up to there. Let's run the water as well. To the kitchens, and then it can go across there. Water doesn't seem to be as much of an issue when it comes to... like, it seems to extend quite far, the water. So let's, we can always build a little room here to put another generator, but for now, let's just do this. And then I think in that one there, I'll build another generator down in here to feed over to here. Well, actually, we could probably have one that feeds to here, and then we could probably, if we're careful, run it round another one up to here. Keep all the power in one place. We are going to need water. Okay. Still got a little bit of money. Concrete wall. Well, that was more expensive than I expected, that concrete wall. Right, let's see. Cloning. Clone. Right, let's see if I've learned my lessons and I can do this without being a complete fool. What's better? Let's do it like that. Ooh, what the hell's gone on here? Someone's kicked off in the toilets, I think, and made a mess. Oop, bit of lag. Right, so it's in the wall on the edge and back, and then like that, and then this one just marries up. Oop, shit, someone's died. Probably a snitch. Who cares about snitches dying? Right, is that good? 570. Ooh, here we're making $3 a day. This prison is not fiscally acceptable. Okay. And there we go. Right, so that's some. We can build 2 more of these, so we might as well set the clothing as the same thing. That and there. Is that right? That is right. Okay, now I am broke. Oh shit, and I'm losing money? Why am I losing money? Do I get interest? I feel like maybe I get interest. Loan interest. Days without incident. I don't know, but get to work, guys, because I need these new prisoner intake. Have I got closed prisoner? No, I haven't got closed prisoner, so I should get a little bit of money in the morning. 4.5 grand. At least will get us back into the black. Oh, we're already back in the black. Oh, we're still in the black. morning. So we had a death, but we did make it through the day without a riot. So, you know, progress being made and all. It's just things are sped up. Yeah, everyone, and you know, there's not as many speech bubbles as there used to be. This works really well still. Oop. Catching people who are trying to get weapons and stuff through. There are still a lot of weapons and drugs in this prison. I've done a few shakedowns to try and do some of the grants, and the amount of materials that they find is mental. Literally mental. So this is going to have power and water. I still need to put in... cash flow is getting worse. I don't really understand why. I could drop off my reform programs a bit, maybe, and that would save me a little bit. Early prisoner release. Nice. Let's spend it. Spend it before our awful operating budget takes it away for paying bills and things and boring stuff. Okay, these have gone up in price. It's weird. Well, these ones are more expensive than the ones on the other side. It's deeply concerning. I need to lock all this open because I just thought there are no guards in here to open anything. And as there's no prisoners in here right now, it doesn't really matter. Right now they should crack on with our first maximum security. So in theory, I mean, I have nothing to satisfy their needs. They can have showers and toilets. Back in the black, it seems. Yeah, I can have showers and toilets, but I can't have. I can't have food. So some of their needs are satisfied. Possibly you could argue that food is quite an important one, but you know. It's just what you liberals out there would say. God, you could treat them like humans and give them food. Ugh, God. I mean, seriously. If they wanted to eat, they shouldn't have committed crime. That's a rational way of looking at it. To put it at this end. Ooh, I don't have enough money for a staff door. Let me do. Can I? Oh, I cancelled it all. Did I still pay for that even though I cancelled it all? I had the money to do it when I did it, and now I cancelled it, and I don't have the money. I feel like I should get that money back, or have we just got the materials in storage now so I can build another wall for free? We can test that, can't we? So let's test it. Yeah, I can, because it's not making the cha-ching sound. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so we still need the little water pipes, which are not too expensive, but they cost more than minus 199, so... 51, that's not going to be quite enough, but it's close enough to get us started. Oh shit, I need to put central heating in as well. 6 degrees, yeah, they are certainly going to need central heating. And I have $1, so. Oh, I have 28 pipes in stock though, so we can do some. Let's just do it to that one. And no, $1. $1 in the bank. Is it actually in the bank, or does the warden literally have a $1 bill in his pocket? And he's like, yep, here's the prison's money. So we'll get a little bit in a moment, and then we can finish off those water pipes. We can start designating some of this stuff, can't we? At least that way I will remember it for the next episode. This is going to be a big yard. It's probably a bit too big a yard for what they need, but... solitary is going to be down here. Actually, do that, and then when I put the walls in, it should automatically separate that. It's going to be a long time until we can afford to build those, because the doors for solitary are about £1,000,000 each. Ooh, shit! We just paid for the reform budget, so we are financially in stuck. We should, though, very shortly, in an hour, get 9 grand. We're losing people pretty fast. I don't know if we're releasing them. I'm guessing we are releasing them. I haven't seen any escapes. But then again, I did miss a few escapes in my last video, so who knows? No, I don't have any solitary doors. Oh no, there are only 500. I thought there were more than that. Ooh, kicking off again. Don't worry, people. We will soon have a little bit of segregation here that should help me matters. Right, we have some monies. Let's get a few things finished off. I wanna put in some walls. Actually, we should focus on the kitchen first, shouldn't we? That's gonna be the thing that's really dicks us over if we haven't got it. Let's try and get that done. If I can get the canteen built, I'm gonna be happy that we are done. I think demolish walls. I'm gonna have my metal detectors here as usual because I think that works quite well. Staff door there. I can hear people getting massively mullered by tasers over there. Like it's like a constant sound of tasers. But you know, if you don't want to get tasered, don't put yourself in a position to get tasered. I guess is probably what I would say there. Okay, let's just start as small as we can in here. Serving table. Let's do this. 2 of those. We are going to be moving over a few straight away, so we do need to leave another gap. 2 gaps. Bench. Okay, that should 8, 16, 32. That'll be enough for the first 2 cell blocks. Well, just shy of the first 2 cell blocks, but we'll assume that some of them are going to be in solitary. They seem to end up in solitary all the time anyway. Bench and serving tables. Whoa, why are there prisoners over here? What are you doing? Are you cleaning? This is not an area where prisoners should be right now. I know it's insecure. That's why there shouldn't be anyone here. Okay. Deployment. Only staff. Okay. How do I make it so like they can go in it, but only with, like, I want this to make this so that they can go in it, but I don't want staff to only if they're with a staff member kind of thing. So when they're getting escorted in, I don't know, but I'm very unhappy that this is happening. That there are prisoners here. Could you, this guy? Can we? I mean, I could punish him, but he hasn't really done anything wrong. Multiple crimes including rioting and assault. He served 5 years so far. I just want to send him back to his cell. How did they even get here? Wait, are they putting people in here already? This is just not working. Right, max only. Max only, max only, max only. You should disconnect that. Max. Staff only. Don't for now. We're gonna have that. I'm not sure we're gonna have any staff in there. Okay, yeah, they were actually they had been assigned in here already. That's not good. So we need to get this fully fledged and finished, and then how much we got? 7,000. We are in the black. So let me put these walls in. Okay. We're gonna have to deploy a guard in here. Guard in here. Guard in here. Guard in there. Stick a guard in there for now. They can't get into there yet, so that's fine. They have showers, they have toilets. What else do they need? They'll need a laundry. That can go over into this section. Do I have enough to build my security things? These are expensive, but oof, that was hard. That was expensive, but necessary, I think. Oh, we need to put in the rest of the kitchen stuff. Go here. Show me the kitchen stuff in here. Cooker. Actually, let's put the fridges up here because this is where all the stuff comes in. How much are these? 500. Three of those, and we'll put the ovens down here because that's where they go out. Oh, and we need a washy majigger sink. The sinks can go over here. Make sure they're all hooked up. Water pipe. Power, and that's all hooked up, so that's awesome. So once that's done, that will be done. We don't need a table, do we? Cooker, sink, fridge, and that's it. Okay, Max Sec people, Sec people are starting to come over to this side. I think we are going to need more guards over here. So I think, yeah, now we have the very, very bare basics of what we need over here. I want to get this cell block completely finished. Actually, let's, for now, make this staff only, and then we can take that guard out of there. Yeah, they don't need to go into any of that yet. So basically the next step will be to make all of this medium security only, and that will hopefully make them transfer all of the max prisoners out of there and over to here. But I'm not going to do that until obviously I've got enough space for everyone and things are sort of generally sorted. Might put a holding cell here, just like a smaller one, and then have visitation here, and then the prisoners can come in, and yeah, we'll do that. We're going to have a holding cell there. Just so in case we get any issues. Oh, we should probably lock the doors now that there's prisoners in here. I don't think it would be good if we had the doors open. Can I stick another guard in there? I really want to put this wall in at some point, so that we can have everyone there. But I think that's actually a pretty good start. Whoa, shit me. Loads of contraband over there. That's a pretty good start. I actually got further in that in this episode than I thought I was going to with this prison. What are we up to? We're going to get more prisoners tomorrow. So if we keep up with the building here, and we'll just keep pushing more medium over to here and more max over to here over time, until eventually we get to a point where I feel like I'm comfortable enough that I can just bring everyone straight away over. But that is probably going to be a couple of episodes off. So next episode, we're going to carry on building this prison and trying to get the thing sorted. But I think that's going to do it for now. So I've been Timmy, and this has been a Prison Architect. If you are one of the very one of the very lone people, I was going to say, watching this series, then thank you so much, and I hope you will check back for the next one.